Hi everyone, recently I wore a green eyeshadow look and I think it was the best affordable foundation video. If you haven't seen that already, I will link it up here for you. But in the comments section, I got so many comments about my eyeshadow and will I recreate that eyeshadow, showing everybody all the products that I used in that video. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. Even if green isn't your colour, and as you can see, I love myself a little bit of green, especially if it's a warm goldy green. Even if it's not your colour though, even if you don't like wearing it as an item of clothing, green eyeshadow, especially that warm, rich, earthy green eyeshadow, is a really lovely way of bringing in a little bit of autumn. So we're gonna get started straight away. If you are new here, hi, my name's Gemma. I upload 2 to 3 videos here on YouTube every single week. I'm also on Instagram if you fancy following me across over there as well. And I'd really appreciate it if you would come and join the Pampered Wolf Pack by clicking on that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. So I've even got green all the way down to my nails today. Green overload by the end of this video. The polish that I've got on my nails, I've got this one from Nails Inc. in Waiting for Westminster, and then I've topped it off with a little bit of glitter. This is the Santa Monica Beach polish, also from Nails Inc. And I just think the two of them together look so pretty. So first of all, I'm going to take a little bit of my P. Louise base in the shade 01. They have lots of different shades of this and it really does make a difference. You need to get the right shade to make sure that your eyeshadow will pop underneath it. But this is absolutely fantastic at cancelling out all your pigmentation on your eyelids, hiding all the veins that poke through, and it's also brilliant at making sure that your natural oils don't come through your eyeshadow throughout the day and make your eyeshadow crease, so your eyeshadow will last a lot longer. Then I'm going to take my Natasha Denona Mini Gold palette and also my Refa 27 brush, dip that brush in this transition shade, the brownier shade, and then just go in that outer edge and use circular motions just to buff that into the crease and slightly above the crease, just till it fades. Then I'm going to take a slightly smaller Refa brush. This is the Refa 15 brush, still nice and fluffy, but slightly less fluffy so you can be a little bit more precise. And I'm going to dip into this green khaki shade, which I just love. I really love this. And I'm just popping that on the outer edge and also just concentrating just in the crease. I'm not going any higher, I'm just going in the crease. So once I've got that exactly where I want it, and as you can see, I have only put it in the crease and I haven't overly made an effort to blend that out. I'm going to take my Refa 27 brush again, go back into that brown shade and buff these two shades together in circular motions to make sure there are no harsh lines and everything is blended seamlessly. This for me is the most important step. This is the step that I think a lot of people miss out, and I get a lot of comments in the comment section saying, oh, your eyeshadow always looks so nice and I can never get mine to look like yours. I am 99% sure that this is the step that you're missing. You need a lot of patience when it comes to eyeshadow, and you need to blend more than you actually think you need to do. So then I'm going to take some of this green metallic shade, and with my finger, I'm going to apply that all the way from the outer lid all the way into the center. I'm not going to go all the way to the inner corner, but I'm pretty much putting it all over the lid. Then I'm going to finish off the lid using this beautiful gold metallic. This is such a creamy, soft shadow. You need hardly any on your finger. And I'm just going to press that right at the base, right in the middle of the lid. And that's where I'm going to leave it for a little bit. I will come back and do the lower lash line and a few tweaks here and there in a little bit. But let's move on to the face. So I'm going to be trying out a new product in this video. I did have a little play around with it yesterday, and from what I played around with, I really like it. But we're going to test it out with a full face today. This is a new product from Iconic London, and it is their Precision Duo Contour Pot. Now this is in the shade Light Shadow, and I've got to say I am impressed with the fairness of this product. If you are really struggling to find a contour shade that is fair enough for you, if you have a complexion as fair as mine, this is definitely going to be one of those products that I will steer you towards, because I've never known a contour product that is so fair. In fact, I looked at it first and thought I may need the deeper shade. They do have this in various shades to choose from, so if you do have a complexion that's deeper than mine, there will also be one for you as well. So this has a couple of products. So right down in the bottom, you have the cream contour, and then in the top, you have the powder contour, which is great because the cream contour you're supposed to apply before your foundation, and then the powder after your foundation. So we're gonna give it a go. I'm taking my Real Techniques brush, which is the 402 setting brush, and I'm just going to go around the perimeter of my forehead. You can see how fair this is. This is seriously fair. So I'm actually applying quite a lot of product here, whereas usually with a normal contour shade that tends to be a little bit too dark for me, I have to be so careful. Quite enjoying not having to be as careful. So I'm being quite slapdash. I'm applying the contour shade higher up because I'm going to blend this out with my foundation. So I'm going to blend it out a tiny weeny bit, but not massively, because again, I'm going to blend this out with my foundation. So that looks a little bit scary, not gonna lie. I am rather afraid of this product right now, but we're gonna roll with it. I am now gonna apply foundation over the top. You don't need to apply this particular foundation. You can apply whichever is your favorite at this moment in time. Mine is the Clé de Peau Radiant Fluid Foundation Matte. I am not gonna be applying a lot. Ooh, I'm a little afraid. Okay, let's go in. I'm going to start down at the bottom and blend upwards. So I'm just applying this in tapping motions over the contour. It's working. So I am not afraid of this product anymore. It's really worked. As you can see, there is still a very subtle part of the contour cream that is poking through underneath the foundation. Now, obviously I've got the powder to add on top of that, but I don't want it to be really harsh and dramatic. It needs to be subtle and very blended and muted because it emulates a shadow, and shadows you generally don't notice, they're just there. So I think a lot of people make the mistake of thinking, I can't see my contour and therefore I need to add more. No, step away from the contour. If it's the correct shade for you, it should be absolutely fine. It should be subtle and muted. We are going to add a little bit of powder over the top though now that my foundation has dried down a little bit. I'm going to take my Refa 19 brush, which is a beautifully domed shaped brush, and it's actually tapered at the end as well, so you can get a very precise line, but it's also great at blending as well. And I'm just going to, with the very end, dab that in there and then blend that in upward motions. I get so excited when I find a product that suits my skin tone because they are few and far between, and when you find one, you grab onto it with both hands. So finally found a contour shade that is great for me, that I don't have to be so careful and spend hours blending it out. So you've seen me do my brows and my under eye concealer so many times. There are no new processes I'm going to use, no new products. So I'm going to do those off camera to shorten this video a little bit. But just for your information, the products I'm using are the Lancome All Over Concealer, the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer, which is my ride or die combination, and also the Refi Brow Sculpt and the Lift and Snatch from NYX, which is a brow pen in the shade Ash Brown. I'll be right back. So let's finish off the eye look. I'm going to take a brown kohl eyeliner. The one that I'm using today is from Charlotte Tilbury and it's the Super Nudes Liner Duo. The reason I like this one so much is it's so creamy in texture, very easy to blend but then sticks in place. And it's also got this lovely shade on one end that if I want my eyes to look wider and bigger, I add this to the lower waterline just to brighten everything off, and it really does work. I'm not going to use that shade today. I'm just going to use the brown on one end. So I'm going to add it to the upper lash line, but only on the outer portion. I'm not going to go all the way to the inner corner. I'm going to stop sort of mid pupil. Then I'm going to add some to that upper waterline to make those lashes look thicker. I'm going to do the same on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to slightly take it just on that outer corner just to join all the dots together. And then I'm going to go back into the Natasha Denona Mini Gold palette into this beautiful matte green shade that we used earlier on. I'm going to take my Refa 03 brush, which is a great little pencil brush, and I'm just going to smoke out that brown kohl on that lower lash line, just at that outer edge, and just bring it a little bit further into the center. Then I'm going to take a tiny bit of the brown shade that we used as a transition shade and bring it all the way into the center. Just curl my lashes and then apply a lick of brown mascara. This is the L'Oreal's Lash Paradise. Then I'm going to add a little bit of the Pat McGrath blush in the shade Nude Venus. You only need the tiniest amount of this. A little goes a long way. It's very, very pigmented. Line my lips using the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Iconic Nude. And then finally top off with my favourite Tom Ford Sunlust lip gloss, which ties in really nicely with the eye look. And that's the finished look. I love a green look. It doesn't have to look overly green and dramatic. It can be quite subtle with that hint of gold just to warm everything up, but I just adore it. Absolutely love it. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Do let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hope to see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.